Hey guys, welcome back to our third episode of Real Talk. It's great to be back up here and we're all ready for another one. I'm Emily, here with Bella, Megan, and Kevin, and we hope you enjoy our show tonight. Now we're going to dive into our first topic regarding the legal debate about banning TikTok.
Okay, so I'm sure everyone's seen that they're talking about banning TikTok. It passed a crazy number in the House. So I did a little bit of research. So essentially what it means is that they're gonna ban you being able to get TikTok. So you can't get it from the App Store essentially, and you're not allowed to update it. So the app just won't work anymore. And they plan on fining the providers, like the Apple Store, where you download your apps, and also AT&T and Verizon and service providers, $5,000 I think per user. So for the amount of people who actually use TikTok, I think I wrote it down here, it's 170 million Americans currently use TikTok. So $5,000 per person who uses TikTok if they don't comply. It's kind of crazy, but none of this will happen if the owners of TikTok agree to selling it to an American company, but it's really unlikely. So what do we think about this?
Okay, do we think it's going to be just another thing, another legality thing? Because the past 3 times it's happened, nothing has happened of it. And then the past 2 weeks, we've heard nothing on it again.
No, literally. It passed in the House, and I don't think we're ever going to hear it again, because you have that, it's a freedom of speech, issue.
No matter what political side you're on, the president has more important things to do than worry about
ban TikTok.
I'm sorry.
This reads a little bit like when some random senator from, a state you've never heard of says, we're cutting the education budget by 104%. For no other reason than just to get their name in the media. Then they're like, oh, actually, I was just kidding. Or no electric vehicles are ever going to be produced in our state of Nebraska ever. Just to get just to get clout. That's what this reads as to me.
No, literally. I think after, especially the 2024 election, we are never going to hear about this again.
Right.
I think that Trump and Biden are going to be using this on their campaign platforms, and then when either one of them gets elected, we'll never hear about it again.
On my free page, it's the White House, it's different political people, they're all on TikTok. So I think it's very contradictory.
Biden is using TikTok for his campaign.
Exactly. I just don't think it would
if I
make
get
sense.
a bill, I'll sign it. And I'm like, bro, then stop using it for your campaign.
Counterproductive at its finest.
I don't get this. It makes no sense.
Yeah, they're so quick to be oh, it's such a problem, and then give up on doing anything about it. I also feel there's its positive sides. So everyone's fighting back with their signs. They're I make my money from TikTok, and so now I feel it'd be difficult to
Yeah, but I feel
actually ban it.
No, definitely. But I feel if they sold it to Meta or something like that,
well,
it's just gonna own everything now.
Meta already owns everything, so
right.
it's just gonna. I don't think they'll be able to sell it because the people who have own TikTok right now, even if all the U.S. got banned, they still have the rest of the world.
No,
Y'all remember Flappy Bird?
Oh my
Flappy
gosh!
Bird,
With lots of applause for Flappy Bird. Okay, yeah, and in my humble opinion, Flappy Bird has just as much cultural impact as TikTok.
Oh gosh.
So and look, we weathered that storm. Actually, no. I'm changing my stance on that. That was what, 2014?
I think
that
so.
It got
around then.
taken down. When was the last time you were happy?
Oh my gosh.
Truly.
Truly happy?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Define truly happy.
However you felt in 2014. What I'm getting at is that I don't think we realized it, but I'm being a contrarian here, but Flappy Bird went down and then suddenly
the world went
Donald
crazy?
Trump became president.
Oh gosh. So you're saying there's a direct correlation, of course.
Yeah.
All right.
So basically, bring back Flappy Bird.
Bring back Flappy
and
Bird
get
and
rid.
solve the
If you're
world
getting rid of
mysteries.
TikTok, we might as well bring back Flappy Bird.
But you know what the funny thing is? You could still play Flappy Bird if you had the app on your device, right?
Right. Or is this going to be more of a like a Vine thing where like if you go to like vine.com, it's like Vine and that's it. Like there are no videos, you can't look at any videos or anything like that.
It might be like that because like if you have it on your phone, you just like can't update it and like
After a while,
you
then the
can't use it
company's
after
just
a
gonna
while.
stop. Yeah.
I've always
Yeah.
wondered what like because you always hear about like other countries that like can't access certain like American websites. They're like, oh, China can't use Google, and I'm like, that makes no sense. I can't even like fathom a world where like I can't access Google. So I feel like I'm gonna get like a little taste of like what it's like in countries with like without freedom of the press. If like suddenly I can't access TikTok, but the website still exists, like I just don't know what exactly that feels like, and yeah.
Speaking of that, that's really because my parents are always like, always. I bet you guys get it too. It's like, well, we know a life without Google, and we know a life without
yeah.
this. I feel like that's like that corresponds to what you just said because they're like, if you think like our parents lived without Google, to me that's crazy. Like, how did they? You know, that's just weird to me. That's just a point I wanted to point out.
Just a point you wanted to make. I thought you were taking it back to TikTok, and I was like, oh, it's just gonna be like really philosophical right here.
I don't get philosophical.
All right, I was ready for it. I was ready for it.
Well, before TikTok, it was what, Musically,
Oh my
Yes.
gosh!
right?
Yeah.
So is that?
You forgot about that?
Did it get
Yeah, I
bought
did
out
forget
and that's
about
what
that.
happened,
Am I
or did
supposed
they
to
just like
have it, a poster
rebrand?
by my bed and just be like Musically?
Musically.
My love. Like what?
Live, love music.
That was such a time. Maybe that's what we should revert back to Musically. That's when people were just like lip syncing and doing
But like that
dancing.
essentially turned into TikTok.
Yeah.
How do you reverse engineer that though? Because Musically was literally just like you were 14 years old and you went like, and like that was the app. TikTok has like real like people talk about like how TikTok affects us psychologically, and how we like interact in conversations and things like that. How do you take that away and bring it back to just a simple platform? Like we're like just actually forget about TikTok. It's simple now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can't. Like once you have it there, it's like it's here forever, and like you just can't like take it away and be that easy.
I feel like when I used to open Musically, I never had a really like a think, but like now when I open TikTok, I like sigh before I like watch it. Like I'm like, what's gonna pop up right now?
Yeah.
What
great,
crazy
Bella,
shit
that's
is gonna
great.
pop up?
Well, there's really no going back, but I think TikTok is here to stay probably for a little while. And now, as a club, under the comm department, most of us are comm majors, but Haley is going to take us through the day of a non-comm major.
What's up, everybody? My name is Haley, and I'm going to be taking you around a day in my life. As you know, I am not a communications major, so it should be interesting. For those of you who don't know, I am a speech pathologist major with a double minor in disability studies and educational studies.
First thing in the morning, I head over to office hours, which is right across the street from my apartment building, which is super convenient, and I go and talk to my professor about our upcoming test. Also, my professor has a dog, and he's super cute. After office hours, I'm gonna be heading to Dunkin'. This is my best friend, Alexa. She's gonna be with me for pretty much the entire day. She's also in my major, and we're heading to Dunkin' together. Woo! Next up is Dunkin' on Main Street, and my drink today that I decided to get was a raspberry iced tea with liquid sugar, which is one of my favorite drinks to get at Dunkin'. Next, I head to my cognitive science class, which is communicative disorders in adulthood, and today we had a guest speaker who was talking about their experience with aphasia. Then after class, I headed over to Trabant to get lunch, which I ended up just getting a chicken Caesar salad. Next, we headed to the library for a quick study session. After the library, we headed to our final class, which was disability studies in Willard. In disability studies, it's a lot of group projects and group assignments, and it is really fun. So for the last part of my day,
I'm going to bi-weekly, and before we go to bi-weekly, Rachel's here with me, and we're gonna walk over together. Yay! And now I'm at the studio, getting ready for another bi-weekly show.
Hey.
You can check out this episode of Biweekly as well as other STN channels on YouTube as well.
Well, that was a fun day. Thank you guys for coming around to see a day in my life. Hopefully you enjoyed it.
Next, we want to discuss the new wave of AI use and some pros and cons of AI in the workplace.
Okay, I think everyone's like a little freaking out a little too much about it.
I agree.
Personally. Like, all of our professors, like, this is not work specific, but all our professors like, oh my god, everyone's gonna use ChatGPT. Like, yes, people use it, but it's not like you're gonna hand it in like an essay that's 10 pages written by ChatGPT, because that's like dumb. Because they can obviously
people
tell.
do, but it doesn't.
just, like,
it doesn't work
dumb.
out well. I actually did my last speech on this, and like,
Plug Com 212.
yeah, love my Com 212
Classic
class.
class.
Oh yeah. But it was basically like a lot of people say that there's this like agreement that everyone thinks that AI is taking over the world and humans are never gonna have jobs again, but like really that's not true, and like it's better if we would just like learn how to use it effectively, because then that's gonna make us better candidates to be, because like in reality it can do things better than we, like faster than we can.
No, definitely.
So like work with AI. I don't think it's trying to like completely take us over.
I agree, and like my sister like works in like data analytics. They have their own version of ChatGPT that they use all the time.
Yeah.
Like saying that we can't have ChatGPT because it's so bad is like unrealistic.
Yeah, like us plebeians think of AI as just ChatGPT, like just
Yeah.
text-based models, but like we're communications majors and a music education major. Like, how much does that affect us? Like I hear about like engineers or like data analysts, talk about like how AI is used to create the something cloud, which makes interactive something models on the quantum level of the gigafart server.
Yes.
And I'm like, yeah, that's exactly what, I don't know what it means. Like, it has, like, the implications of AI and the people who like really, really believe that it is like going to change the world for better or worse know more about it than we do.
Right.
Like, like ChatGPT doesn't know how many N's are in mayonnaise.
No.
Like,
Yeah.
you're looking at me like you haven't seen that meme.
Oh no, I know exactly.
Oh,
what
okay.
you're talking about. I got you.
So then I will
got
not
you.
explain it.
Yeah.
No, but also like, I like lost my train of thought. That's wonderful.
You just went
Oh yeah.
off the trust
No,
bridge.
there it is. Like AI also can't produce sources. If you're like, write me an essay with like 10 sources, they don't exist. They're
Right.
not real.
Yeah, and if you like, in my philosophy class, we were trying to like get it to mess up, and it's really not that difficult to like prompt it questions, and it's like, oh, like I'm done, like I can't answer your questions.
Yeah.
Like,
It's like
it
I
just
give
sort
up.
of freaks out.
There are also some things you cannot use ChatGPT for. Like, I have a professor who sat in the class, and she's like, I dare you guys to use it because you're not going to find anything useful. And we're like, no, yeah, because it's so, like, some things are so specific. Like, I don't know. I just think that there's things that, like, I don't know if it's a hot take or not, but I feel like we can do it better than, or have the ability to do better on something that AI does
Yeah.
in certain aspects of things.
I agree.
This might completely derail the conversation, but
Wow.
like there's the whole don't oh like, oh, but like the whole idea of AI versus like art and being a musician, that's kind of what I tend to be more tuned into, but also the one that I still don't have an opinion or really any idea of how it works. The whole idea of like AI creating art and whether or not it can truly, create art in the same way that humans create art, what is intention behind art, what, like, is it as meaningful, is it as good? And frankly, that's at a level in my brain that I cannot even comprehend. Do you all have any thoughts
To
on?
pick your brain on a comment about that, if you really think about it, right? If you type in AI, let's say you want an AI generated photo of your sports team. They get those pictures online, which are taken by humans, right? So like if you think about it, like a logo was created like 1950 something, right? Like you have your sports hockey team, whatever. There was no such thing as like AI, ChatGPT, stuff like that to get pictures. So I feel like those like logos were made by regular people. So when you're generating something on an AI, I feel like they get stuff from the internet that are made by humans.
Yeah, I see that. It kind of like all boils down to like who owns what. I feel like almost.
Yeah. But I also think like at the same point in like, since AI is like using these pictures for like inspiration, because it's like it can't come up with things itself, so it's just like pulling from information. So it's like you create an art piece, it's like inspired by other art pieces, but isn't that kind of also what we all do?
Yeah.
Like even if it's like subconscious, like if we're like doing something, it's like kind of at least like there's something in here that's something we've already seen before that we're kind of like
Like
pulling
when we
it
say
from.
a word, you're gonna think of something.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, in terms of the whole art and music thing, I mean, it's not, in a capitalist society, it's not economical to be an artist or a musician. So artists and musicians get jobs like, writing jingles or soundtracks or things like that. Things that can be somehow incorporated into another property or asset that can like actually make money. But that's exactly what that's exactly what AI goes for. And then that being said, you could kind of make the argument that that's not really art. Like art for art's sake doesn't make money. That's a very much like, oh, I just need to write this piece of music or write this book or make this art piece for my soul. And I don't think that's going away, but how are you going to have the time or mental capacity to do that if AI is creating, art and music in, in the areas where you would need to like make money off of it or something like that?
Yeah, I definitely agree. It's a difficult issue. Time will tell, see where AI ends up taking us. And now John, is going to take us to a sensory paradise using ASMR, kind of.
Hello, my friends. My name is John Maybegay, and I'm an ASM artist on YouTube. Today we're gonna do some brushing. My goal is to make people feel good. I mean, that's why ASMR exists. If I can make you forget your struggles, you have beautiful hair, and your stresses, and your trials and tribulations. Can you have tribulations without trials? Let's check our word a day calendar. Like, can you say, like, I've had so many tribulations recently? Tribulation, a cause of great pain or suffering. Like, I've been tribulating, man. I think I'll use that in my interview later. Either way, my goal is to make my viewers feel at peace, comfortable, de-stressed. Welcome to Cheese Grater ASMR. And if I can make you feel even just a little bit better for just a few minutes, I'll have done my job. What's your favorite kind of cheese? Cheddar. Okay, I didn't know I was talking to a 5-year-old.
ASMR stands for Autonomous Sensory Meridian Response. That's when your meridian autonomously responds, sensorily. It's a very sensorial response, and if you've never responded in such a way, get ready, because it's autonomous.
Would you like a cough drop?
John's videos are incredibly well produced. ASMR videos are trendy, and that means a lot of people are jumping on the bandwagon, and their videos aren't as effective, but John's really done his research. He clearly understands the science of it all.
Let me try that again.
So there are different types of ASMR. There's personal attention. Your skin is so oily. Role-playing. But President Truman, a bomb of this caliber could level entire cities. Go what, myself? Tapping, brushing, other noises.
I like to call myself one of John Maybegay's biggest fans. I mean, I fall asleep every single night to one of his videos. I don't know, I just can't imagine myself not doing that.
Do you have a favorite video of his?
That's a tough one. Oregon Trail boyfriend roleplay comes to mind.
No, sweetie, it's not your fault. You didn't know the watering hole was contaminated. Oh, there we go. In the bucket, there we go. Let it out. Hey, I know it'll cheer you up. This piece of fabric. Or maybe this mangled 8-week-old piece of bread.
I also really like his essential oils review.
Next, we're gonna try eucalyptus. I think the video I'm most proud of is the chiropractor Halloween special. We're gonna make a slight adjustment to your hip, okay?
I think ASMR is very important in modern society. You know, we're all so glued to our screens that having something therapeutic and genuinely helpful online and in our line of sight is so necessary and grounding as more and more people seek out therapy and other forms of mental health.
Shh, shh, shh. It's a very routine procedure for men your age.
I'm just happy that John takes the time and effort to create some real masterpieces.
People say, oh, you just sit in front of a camera and whisper. No, there's way more to it than that. I had to buy a camera, a microphone.
There are other ASMRists out there, but none of them are like John. They're pretty good, they're dedicated, but none of them are as dedicated as John. He set the bar so high, I mean, he just is the bar.
Let's get your makeup ready to go to the bar.
He set the bar so high for other creators.
Your Honor, I've passed the bar.
I like to think I've reached the bar.
A horse walks into a bar. The bartender says, why the long face? The man responds, I don't really want to talk about it. Then he turns to the horse and says, oh my God, how did that horse get in here?
If you want to check out my videos, just look up John Maybe Gay on YouTube. Sweet dreams, everyone.
Good night.
I hope you all enjoyed that. I know we all did. And last off, we're going to have a little debate. Everyone has their own food preferences, but we may believe that our own may be superior.
All right, I have a lot of opinions on these, but we were talking about this earlier, and apparently you guys disagree with a lot of them, which I low-key hate. But, okay, first one, I think out of the gate, is a hot dog a sandwich? I firmly believe it is not a sandwich. If we're gonna classify it as something else, I say taco, but it's technically a handheld because.
Well, if you think it just wouldn't sandwich be like on top of each other?
But like
Yes.
a hoagie.
Oh,
But
yeah,
I don't
but, like,
think a hot dog's a sandwich.
It's not.
But I don't think it can be classified as anything else. Like I feel like it needs
hot
to
dog's
go
a hot dog.
into
A hot
its
dog
own,
is a hot dog. Like,
its own
you
section.
never met someone be like, oh, I'm gonna have a sandwich for lunch, and then they whip out like a
Oh,
freaking hot dog.
Why are we having this argument? Like what? See, all this whole like is a hot dog a sandwich? No, it's a meh, 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 meh. Let's talk about politics instead.
Oh, okay.
Because like that's what this is. We're just trying to bring out the worst in everyone. Like this doesn't affect us in any meaningful way.
Wow.
Like I'm just saying, I think we should stop having this argument right now.
Well, we're gonna ignore Kevin and we're gonna keep going because this is a very important debate. Like when you get a menu, do you want it to say hot dog under like the sandwich category?
No, handheld.
Right? It's a handheld.
It's a handheld, yes.
I'm a little more concerned about like gun rights and like access to birth control.
You're concerned about access to birth control.
I don't sit down at a restaurant and like look at the menu and I see hot dog on her sandwich and I'm like, I should vote for Donald Trump now. Like that's not what goes through my head. Like there are bigger things to worry about.
Yes, but if you had to have a food opinion, what would it be? I promise this won't affect your politics or how you
Hot
vote.
take food
Yes,
opinion.
what is your hot
go.
take food opinion?
Hot dog's not a sandwich.
There we go.
There we
Thank you.
go.
Okay, so we all agree on that.
Okay, there's
Thank
something
God.
on this list that I'm addressing before every single one because whoever did this, it's disgraceful. Caesar dressing is fine in a salad, but adding actual fish is not okay.
Disagree.
No, that's true.
My order, anybody. I go out to dinner, I order the same thing. I get a Caesar salad, replace Caesar for balsamic vinaigrette, add a piece of salmon. That is my order at
That's
every
not
restaurant.
a Caesar salad.
That's a balsamic
That's a
salad.
balsamic salad
But
with
I
a
get to
piece
say,
of salmon on
when I
top.
order, I say Caesar salad, but instead of Caesar, can I have balsamic?
So what's just lettuce, croutons, and Parmesan cheese?
Yeah,
That's just not a Caesar salad.
with salmon.
If you're not
Interesting.
putting Caesar dressing on the salad, it's not a Caesar salad.
It's not. It's
and
a
anchovies
salad.
are disgusting, so adding fish is not okay.
Yeah, but like adding fish in the sense of like if I want shrimp or like salmon.
or like
that's
a
fine.
chicken
I
Caesar
think that is so
salad.
acceptable.
Right?
Yes.
I think that's fine, just
You're
not
too quiet.
anchovies.
I don't eat vegetables.
He's gonna go on
don't
a
eat
rant about.
vegetables?
Yeah, no, I think the whole like eating salad is a liberal woke agenda.
Oh my god.
This kid.
All right.
So no vegetables at all, you will eat none.
No, this country was great when everything was baked with lard, the pure sweet fat of the hog. Like, and now suddenly the Democrats want to take it away from us. And they're like this green crap. This is what and they're feeding you lies because they want you all to hate each other because you're arguing about like balsamic vinegar and like what no, that's a balsamic salad, girl. Look at the state of the world.
I feel like I'm in Com 370 again.
Okay.
You would be a great philosophy teacher.
I really wouldn't. Next topic.
All right. Does pineapple belong in a pizza?
No.
No, it doesn't.
I mean, like, I don't have very strong opinions about this. Like, when I order pizza, I would never get pineapple on it. But if it was there, I wouldn't, like, have an outrage. Like,
No, I would pick it off and wouldn't eat it, but I wouldn't, like, die on the floor.
No.
Or something like
I'd
that.
probably eat it.
I'm half Italian, and my dad is very, very Italian, like Sicilian. I have never had pineapple
Who
on
made
pizza.
this up? The Hawaiians? Wasn't?
Yeah, who made
I
this
don't
up?
know. Isn't there a pizza where you put, like, ham on it, too? Like,
Yeah,
sometimes...
that's Hawaiian pizza.
Hawaiian
Oh, is
pizza
that
with
Hawaiian
the
pizza?
pineapple
and
and
pineapple.
Well, sometimes people just get pineapple with, like, no ham. So,
Does
like,
anything belong on a pizza?
Oh, here we go.
All right. All right.
What's your pizza order?
Might as well have pineapple on it. Like, there are two major wars being fought right now.
Can you tell?
Can I what?
Can you tell someone's political affiliation by their pizza order?
Can I tell some?
Literally red. Like,
So if somebody orders their pizza with a handgun on it, I would guess that's more a right-wing person. If they get it with birth control on it, I think they vote more left.
I don't know if I'm red because of him making me laugh for the tanning beds.
Well, can I
but
not
I'm
get...
losing
What
my
happens if I get, like,
right
mushrooms
now.
on my pizza?
Then
You're
you're
a liberal.
well, yeah, liberal because as we mentioned before, vegetables are a plot set up by the Democrats to get us to stop eating lard. Next topic.
All right.
I'm gonna lose it.
Sandwiches should be cut triangularly.
Yes.
I will
Let
not.
Kevin
I
take
will
this
not,
one. I will not eat a sandwich if it's not cut triangularly.
You get more sandwich that way, and I don't know how to explain it more. But
Well,
then you
I
get
don't
more
think
sandwich.
that's true. I think you get the same amount of sandwich.
Well, but I feel like
regardless.
it's a better distribution of sandwich.
The way I eat my sandwich is I eat the crust first and then I eat the middle.
Okay, you're an anarchist. What is wrong with you? You got it. You got the food debate that's finally gotten me. You know what? Screw politics. Screw the state of the world. Screw the environment. What is wrong with you? You eat the crust first. So you're saying you don't even cut it? You just take your log of sandwich and you just like a freaking typewriter around it. Then you've got the goodness left. That's like if I took a piece of fried chicken and just like gnawed off all the fried goodness like a 4-year-old. That's what that reads to me as.
No.
Your rebuttal?
I cut the sandwich diagonally.
Okay.
And then when I'm eating it, I eat around the crust. And then I eat the middle of the sandwich.
Okay.
The middle of the sandwich is the best part. So I have to save the best for last.
you're like edging yourself on getting the middle of the sandwich. You're like depriving yourself.
No, not depriving.
I think it's
Like the countdown until you get to the middle.
It's the same argument of eating your vegetables first, you know?
The liberal plot. We can't talk about vegetables. Like
What's your favorite food?
my favorite food.
War. Like he's gonna say something like that.
I'll say what I said before the show. My go-to is enchiladas from El Centro Mexican restaurant in Winchester, Virginia. However, that's not even near my favorite food. I think it was my favorite food for like a hot 4 days in 2011 when the most pressing thing on my mind was what my favorite food is, but that's just my go-to now. I concern myself with bigger matters.
Well, the three of us
Okay,
will
then.
continue to argue about food. Have fun with your politics. And that's all, everyone. Thank you so much for watching tonight. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure you come back and watch episode 4 on April 18th. Thanks again, and have a good night. Bye.
There's a presidential election this year.